All right, everybody. This is not my typical content, but it is something that I want to share with you all. Hopefully you can hear me all right. This is a new microphone that I've got. Again, not my typical content, not really outdoor related content, but this is the YouTube channel that I've got, and this is where I'm going to post it at. So, some of you may know about my truck that I've been driving, 1999 Ford F-150. This truck it's pushing 190,000 miles on it. And when I bought it, it had 155,000 miles on it. So I've got 35,000 miles out of this truck. I paid $1,000 for it. Over the past year, I've been chasing a misfire in this truck. I replaced the coils, which was fairly easy to do. I'd always been nervous about pulling the spark plugs. I've heard that is a endeavor all its own, but I figured I'm going to either get it fixed or I'm going to get it sold. So I bought spark plugs. I had them sitting on my desk at my school shop. I had 8 coils already. I bought another set of the coils I replaced. So I had those, and then I bought a set of injectors for $100. So all told, I've got maybe $200 in my time in injectors, coils, and spark plugs for this 99 F-150. Before I get into what it is that I'm doing here, take everything I say with a grain of salt. You know, this is my vehicle. I'm doing this work on my own. If you decide you want to do something like this, that's your call. Use discretion with this. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a certified mechanic. I'm a high school shop teacher. So sometimes I have ideas that work. Anyhow, the passenger side coils are all in. The passenger side and driver's side spark plugs are all in. The passenger side injectors are in. And I've got 3 of the 4 injectors on the driver's side end. The passenger side injectors all came out easy. They all pulled just fine by hand. The driver's side injectors did not. I don't know what causes that. All I know is that it happened. So I needed to come up with a way to do it. I could not pull them out by hand. Now the first 2, I put a lever on it, and that worked well. The back 2, I couldn't get the leverage that I needed to pull them. Again, not a mechanic. I don't know if this truck is going to work again. I'm prepared to sell it and buy something new if it doesn't. But my goal for this weekend is to get these injectors pulled, get the injectors replaced, and see what we can come up with. Anyhow, I cannot get the back 2 cylinders 7 and 8, could not get the injectors pulled by hand. So again, I'm a shop teacher. I've got a shop set up at my house that I can do some woodworking in. I love history, and you all that are regular followers of this channel know that I like to hunt deer with a crossbow. How this all ties together, back in medieval times, they're really powerful crossbows that they'd use. They'd cock them with what's called a windlass, which is like a ratchet, but there's no pawl to it to stop it. I'm just going to show you guys what I built here, and I'll talk about it while we're doing this. So this here is my injector puller. Okay, I've also got a shop light that I hung up in there. Perks of having an old truck that you're not too worried about. Anyhow, I've got this big bolt that I put through here. It's supported on both sides. Got parachute cord wrapped around it here. Now you'll also see that it is kind of ate up right here on this bolt. That's where I had a pair of vice grips on there. The vice grips were on there to hold that in place, and then I just rest the tension on the top of the hood, the inside of the hood, and worked like that. Now, my objective was to get these injectors pulled, and it did it. You know, this has got 550 parachute cord on it, and that parachute cord will stretch a little bit, but not a whole lot. It's not a straight static cord, but there's not a whole lot of stretch to it. What that means is I can leave tension on this. I did that with one of them yesterday. Just put a fair amount of tension on it and then rested the wrench up on the top of the hood and just held it with tension there, kept tension on the parachute cord, and it just kind of acted like a tow strap and just pulled it out. You can also use this like a winch. You know, I put some good pressure on it. That bolt's a 15/16 and just that's a foot long wrench. I don't have a whole awful lot of leverage with that, but between that and the vice grips, I was able to put enough leverage on it, hold it, and then put a screwdriver under there and kind of wiggle it around, and it popped it out. So far to this point, we're in good shape. You can see those injectors line up straight between this. This moves around. It's supported by the plastic up here, up underneath the plastic up here. So just whatever that measurement is, we'll do that for you. But they're out. I will let you know when we're done how this goes back together, if it works or not. But I just wanted to let you all know that. Hopefully this will help somebody out. Cost of injectors, coils, and plugs, I've got about $200 in it. I do not know how else you would do this job without something like this. There's just no room to work in there. If nothing else, this gives you a little bit of mechanical advantage, and it'll kind of help them along a little bit. So we'll see how these other ones go back in. It's getting cold, so I'm going to get this done and post this video, and we'll see if we can't get this other injector back in and get this truck back on the road. Thanks for watching.